Everybody for being here again. I see some new faces and I see some familiar faces. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not going to go over the whole slide. My goal tonight, because for those of you who are new here, I really appreciate it. My name is Arthur Shopper. I'm with MassResistance. We're an international pro-family group. I could just tell you right now, I was on the phone. We work with pro-family advocates in Hong Kong, in Taiwan. I was just communicating with some of our contacts in Singapore. We're actually starting to branch out into more of the Southeast Asian countries. We really target this LGBT agenda aggressively. It is going after children. It is corrupting our culture. It is undermining individual liberties. And as the mic, can everybody hear me okay? You don't need a microphone? We're good? Okay. I'm not going to be able to hook it up, so.
I have to help you translate.
Oh, you're going to translate for, okay, I'm sorry. So, does anybody need, okay, so that's fine. So,
DJ right there.
okay, so let me start over really quick, thank you. So, my name is Arthur Shopper. Okay, so that's fine.
Go ahead and finish your introduction.
Okay, that's fine. So, MassResistance, we are an international pro-family group.
I hope I can help you. Él se llama Arthur, él es de una organización de familias que son, how do you say, pro-family, que son para la familia, how do you say? Pro-familia, es para pro-familia, okay.
Perfect. So we work in foreign countries as well as here in the United States.
Okay, so él trabaja aquí en Estados Unidos, pero también internacional.
And so we're here helping out parents in Downey. Sandy reached out to us for help.
Ellos están aquí ayudándole a la gente de Downey. Yo ya lo llamé para que nos viniera a ayudar.
So today we're just going to do a brief review from what we talked about earlier this month.
So ahora vamos a revisar algo muy breve de lo que hablamos el mes pasado.
And our goal today is to prepare not just those of you who are here, but we want to get more people to inform the city to come to the next school board meeting.
Okay, so lo que queremos hacer es que ustedes, bueno, la meta de nosotros es que ustedes le digan a más gente para que vengan y le informen a la ciudad o a la gente de la ciudad lo que está pasando aquí.
So, and one of our goals is over this weekend and next weekend, we want to start going to the different board trustee districts to get in touch with more voters to get them to show up.
So, una de las metas es entrar en los distritos donde están esta gente que votó para el currículum que no queremos. En el fin de semana queremos entrar en esos distritos y buscar gente que venga, para que vengan con nosotros para poder decirle a esta gente, estamos en el distrito de ustedes y no vamos a votar por ustedes.
And one of the things that I found really shocking is all of these school board members, except for one, they've been in office for more than a decade. Some have been in office longer than I have been alive.
Algunos de los que están los miembros de la escuela escolar han estado en ese puesto por más de 40 años.
So we're just talking right now. So I'm going to try to, rather than just, I'll try to give you a little more to translate more. Hopefully it'll go faster.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so this is, okay, so let me go to the next slide real quick. Okay, it's all right. So this is just a little bit more about MassResistance.
Esto es un poco más de la organización de MassResistance.
Perfect. Please make sure that you've signed in. This is your first time here. Make sure you've signed in. Include your address, not just your email address, but your home address.
Que incluyen aquí cuando se registren aquí, incluyen su número de la dirección de su casa también aquí y por favor su número de teléfono también.
Muy importante. Yes. The reason I feature Brian Kamaker, he's the president of the organization. We're in Waltham, Massachusetts. I have him featured. The reason he got into this fight is the same reason that you are here today, fighting these perverse sex ed programs that were being pushed on his kids.
Okay, él es el presidente de la organización de él y la razón por qué él está metido en eso es porque le pasó lo mismo a los hijos de él. Por eso le empezó esa organización para pelear.
Okay, so I want to repeat, our goals have not changed. How many of you were at the school board meeting October the 8th? How many of you were at that meeting?
Oh, wow.
Okay, this is good. We are urging those of you who weren't, please be there. Even if you're not a resident of Downey, you can see what we do. And I have an interest in working with, if you don't live in Downey, or if you have friends who do live in Downey, we want to get them engaged. So let me start over so that you don't have to do so much. Even if you don't live in Downey, please be at the next meeting, November the 5th. Invite friends and family in Downey, and you can come as well to see what we do, and we can help you in your district.
Aunque si no vive en la ciudad de Downey, vengan a la escuela, a la junta de la escuela, para que vean cómo lo que está pasando y qué es lo que hacemos, y él también le puede ayudar con la ciudad de ustedes, donde ustedes viven.
Perfect. These goals are listed there. We're not going to spend too much on them, but most importantly, our goal is to repeal the Teen Talk sex ed curriculum and replace it with something else.
I don't think they got one. Nobody on this side got one.
Okay, make sure you have a handout if you don't have one already.
I'm sorry. Si tienen una de estas, se las
Okay, if you don't have one, please take one. Even if you got one before, George, go ahead and grab one in the brown box over there. That's fine. And you have one already. Yes. Okay. Good. And now you have one already. So those are the 5. Go ahead and translate this.
Okay.
Because you've given me your email, I'm able to keep everybody informed of what's going on, where we're meeting, etc.
Okay, con el número de teléfono, su dirección y todo, él puede informar de lo que está pasando, lo que vamos a hacer, la próxima junta que vamos a tener, qué va a pasar en la próxima junta. Eso es de lo que él habla.
So, just a little more information about the Teen Talk curriculum, just so you understand how bad this is.
Él le va a explicar el currículo Teen Talk para que ustedes entiendan y comprendan qué tan malo es este currículo.
And it's based on the research and writings of Margaret Sanger and Alfred Kinsey.
Okay, el currículo está basado en las escrituras de esta señora que se llama Margaret Sanger y este señor que se llama Alfred Kinsey.
Okay, so these were the explicit goals that they were promoting. AB 329, which is what the California sex ed curriculum is based on. A lot of it is based on the research work of those 2 people I talked about.
Okay, mucho de lo que está escrito, lo que está basado este currículo es en las escrituras que ellos han escrito, estos dos. Okay.
There we go. So this is just a brief reminder. Margaret Sanger founded Planned Parenthood, which is one of the contributors to Teen Talk.
Okay, Margaret Sanger fue la que empezó la organización Planned Parenthood.
And so, she was so-called progressive. She was targeting minority populations to diminish their numbers. That's a fact.
Hold on, really quick. George, I think you're better than I am at translating. You want to try this?
Yes.
I think he's better than I am.
No, that's perfect.
So we'll let him do
You're a
it.
better judge of it than I am, so I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
We'll let George do it.
Thank you so much. And George, you're a pastor too, correct?
Yeah, he's a pastor.
Which church?
Bell Baptist Church in Cudahy.
Wonderful.
Out here.
Okay, well, I know Cudahy very well. All right, so I'll start over. Thank you so much, Pastor. So Teen Talk was founded by, Teen Talk gets ideas from Planned Parenthood, which was founded by Margaret Sanger.
Teen Talk, el programa que quieren implementar aquí, está basado en la organización Planned Parenthood, que es patrocinada por esta mujer, fundada por esta mujer.
And she wanted to diminish populations of people of color. She was an essential racist, and
Su propósito era disminuir la población de los grupos minoritarios, en este caso de los morenitos que existían, y ese era el propósito que ella tenía.
And she also wanted to induce young girls to engage in frequent sex, have abortions, get rid of sexual morals.
Quería deshacerse de todo lo que era la moral sexual, permitiendo la promiscuidad de las niñas que se embarazaran y quedaran embarazadas para tumbar todo mito de lo que era la moral.
Thank you so much for coming. Please make sure to sign in. Please provide us your contact info. Please do. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. So I want to spend a little more time because it's not just the sex ed curriculum, but there's a whole universe of programs that are being pushed on kids, not just the sex ed curriculum itself.
No es solamente este programa como Teen Talk y Sex Educación Sexual, sino que hay una gama de programaciones que ellos tienen detrás de todo esto, que quieren empujar a toda la población.
And so here we have Alfred Kinsey, who, even though he was the father of the sexual rights revolution, he was actually a zoologist.
Alfred Kinsey era un zoólogo en zoología, pero fue el que comenzó toda esta serie de revolución sexual.
And once again, just like Margaret Sanger, he wanted to remove, the moral and right sexual mores and replace them with people can sleep with whomever they want to, whenever they want to, getting rid of basic sexual morality.
Su propósito en general era quitar todo lo que es la moral nuestra que tenemos de lo que es la sexualidad y de todo, y permitir la promiscuidad sin límites o barreras morales.
Now, this is the most important thing, and I hope that it is essential we talk about this at the next school board meeting. Alfred Kinsey's research into sexual behaviors, it was fraudulent.
Bueno, lo que queremos decir esto en la próxima reunión es que toda la investigación que este hombre hizo y lo que presentó es fraudulenta, es mentira.
Okay, and so this is what happened. He gave the impression that his research about human beings, that children are sexual at birth, for example, and that children should be free to engage in sexual behavior. This research, he claimed, is it okay if I also go a little further? He claimed that he got this research based on general populations. No, his subjects were criminals, prostitutes, and pedophiles.
Lo que ocurrió fue que él quiso hacer una investigación y de toda la investigación que él hizo, él nos dio a entender a los demás que él había hecho esta investigación en grupos normales de personas. Resulta que él había tenido que decía que los niños aún desde el nacimiento son activos sexuales, por lo tanto hay que dejarles que los niños practiquen la sexualidad desde pequeñitos. Y luego en realidad lo que hizo él su investigación fue basada en personas criminales que estaban en prisión, y eso fue donde él tomó la muestra de la población para llegar a la conclusión de su investigación.
Yes, and some of his research, it actually involved child abuse.
Una de estas situaciones involucró aún abuso de los niños.
Okay, so here we have the record that Alfred Kinsey did looking for sexual responses from individuals, from males as young as 5 months old to 14 years old.
Aquí está más o menos un pequeño croquis de lo que él hizo, comenzando desde un bebé de 5 meses varón hasta uno de 14 años, y él proyectó de todas esas edades cuál era la actividad sexual en los niños varones.
I want you to understand, this is the research that this very perverted man did. His argument that children are sexual at birth and that adolescents should be introduced to sexual behavior, which is the basis for Teen Talk and for AB 329 and for the other, the whole universe of this agenda in our schools. It basically was forcing children to engage in sexual contact.
Basado en esta mentira que él trajo, de que los niños eran activos sexualmente desde su nacimiento, en los 5 meses, entonces dijo que era necesario e indispensable que a la edad de la niñez ya, de la pubertad, ya ellos tenían que estar activos sexualmente porque eso era lo que ellos traían desde sus organismos.
So, what we see with this sex ed program, and not just AB 329, but there's also Senate Bill 48, there's also the Safe Schools programs that are bringing in acceptance and normalization for homosexuality and transgenderism. All of this is based on these 4 points. Children are sexual from birth, so I know if you want you.
Entonces, lo que el programa que quieren implementar a nosotros está basado en esa investigación que este señor hizo, que es fraudulento, y todo lo que es las varias, lo que se aprobó ya, o lo que se ha aprobado y lo que se quiere implementar aquí, está basado en estos 4 principios, puntos.
All right, so that children are sexual from birth, that there should be, that it's a violation of the children's rights to limit their sexual activity, that you can't prevent them from engaging in sexual behavior as youth, that they have privacy that parents cannot interfere with, and that children have a right to sex and abortion without the parents' permission.
Bueno, aquí traduciendo esto, estos 4 puntos sumamente esenciales que están basados y fundados estos planes. 1. Los niños son activos sexualmente desde su nacimiento. 2. Que es una violación de los derechos de los niños que usted le impida estar activo sexualmente. 3. La privacidad de ellos sobrepasa el derecho de los padres. Los padres no tienen derecho de decirle no a sus hijos. Y el último, los niños tienen derecho a actividad sexual y a aborto sin el consentimiento de sus padres.
I heard that word. Okay, so just to review, this is for those who are here. This is a review for most of you, but for some of you who are new, thank you again for being here. This is some of the samples of what I got from the Teen Talk curriculum when I went into the Downey School Board. And so what I'm saying, we have seen the Teen Talk curriculum already. You're looking at some of it right here.
Dice, gracias a los que vinieron nuevos, bienvenidos. Y esto es lo que vimos la otra vez. Este es lo que ellos tienen en el programa Teen Talk, que es lo que quieren implementar aquí en Downey. Lo pudo ver con mucho cuidado y con mucho detalle. Y esto es lo que está presentando.
So here we see an example where sex is no longer just male and female, but now it's confused with your sexual identity, your feelings, what your organs are, who you're attracted to.
Ahora el sexo no se define como hombre o mujer, sino que depende de sus sentidos, depende de sus intereses, dependiendo de lo que le digan de afuera, y hay diferentes tipos de intereses que se involucran aquí para confundir a los niños.
You know, and I can't stress this, I wanted to make it separate. We're talking not about education and instruction, but confusion and perversion.
No estamos hablando de educación o de instrucción, estamos hablando de pervertir y confundir a los niños.
Oh, that's it, I love it, how you said it. There's this concept of sexual bill of rights taught to children.
Hay un concepto que se llama el derecho de los niños, el derecho sexual que tienen los niños.
So, and remember what I was telling you about with Alfred Kinsey, this idea that children are sexual at birth, at youth, and that they have a right to engage in these behaviors, and that they can engage in these behaviors without the parent's knowledge or permission.
Y está basado en que supuestamente esos derechos de los niños están basados en la investigación que este hombre hizo, que dice que los niños están activos sexualmente desde su nacimiento y que los niños al progresar de su edad, al avanzar año tras año, ya no necesitan ni el consentimiento de sus padres para estar activos sexualmente.
And so, just so you understand how explicit this is, I have the images right here. This is in a presentation that would be given to special ed high school students.
Y para que ustedes vean, esto es lo que se va a dar a los estudiantes en las escuelas.
I mean, it's just, even when I was in high school, this explicit was never permitted, and I have to emphasize why this is even more egregious, because special ed populations, they don't know that there's something wrong here. They don't know to tell mom and dad. They just don't know, because there's a lower capacity to discern and to challenge authority.
Y esto dice que ni cuando estaba yo en el high school esto se permitía. Ahora lo que hace esto es que algunos de los niños estarían tan confundidos que ni siquiera van a acudir al papá o a la mamá por la confusión y por todo el trastorno que ellos van a tener debido a todo lo que le van a enseñar así.
And because I'm so grateful, please raise your hand if this is your first time connecting with us, with this community, with
Levante la
us
mano si esta es
all.
su primera vez aquí.
Okay, I really appreciate, this is excellent, because I'm sorry, I mean, this is what's happening. Here you have two women naked, so it's like, it's promoting lesbianism, it's promoting nakedness in front of the children, this idea of being naked, notice that, being naked with a partner, not with a husband or wife.
Miren, por ejemplo, en este caso, presentan a dos mujeres desnudas. No solamente el hecho ya grotesco de estar desnudo, sino que presentan a dos mujeres, lo que están promoviendo precisamente el lesbianismo.
Okay. So, and this is, I'm going to try to go through this as best I can. This shows that there's a larger agenda here that's not just the sex ed, why this is important. Because even if you opt your kids out, and we'd rather have opt in, your children are still going to be learning about LGBT and sexual promiscuity in history classes, in English classes. It's going to be presented in other curricula. It's going to be presented in the environment of the school as well.
No solamente estamos hablando de ese programa de
activities
Teen
and
Talk,
third parties can come in.
que uno puede decir, bueno, mi niño no va a ir allí, o mi niña no va a ir. El problema es que esto está incorporado en toda una serie de programas que ya trae, que no solamente es Teen Talk, que viene en historia, en matemática, en ciencia, todo ya viene incorporado para poner ilustraciones y para poner ejemplos y todo que lleguen a la agenda que ellos traen, es la agenda que ellos están presentando.
And Shonda's reminding me, this agenda is also coming in. Guest speakers can come to campus and they won't tell you about it. This is already happening in Ohio. I'm working with a parent there. They have programs that come after school or on the weekends. In Santa Ana, they had drag queens coming to the high school, the middle school on the weekend, teaching kids about being gay, that it's okay, and that you can sleep with whomever you want to. And of course, the parents don't know about it.
Hay otras situaciones en que son programas extracurriculares, como después de la clase, programas en los sábados o los fines de semana, en lo que vienen oradores o personas a conversar con los niños, y lo que están haciendo es presentar toda esta agenda, que está bien que seas así, que tengas estos sentimientos, y lo que también llaman, hay drag queens que vienen, personas que se visten así exóticamente y le dicen, tú puedes hacer esto, tú puedes ser homosexual, no hay ningún problema, y promueven esa agenda.
Yeah, and to me especially what's insulting is that the parents don't know about it and they don't have the final say in stopping it. Please.
Y el problema más grande es que los padres ni siquiera saben de esto, no les informan y no tienen manera de detener esta situación.
So, I mean, this is a review of what we need you to do. You've been doing this already. For those of you who are new today, we want, even if you don't live in the district, you're calling the district members, demanding that they repeal this. Telling them also that you're telling friends and family the same is so important.
Bueno, esto lo que ustedes están haciendo es precisamente colaborar, ¿qué? Llamar al representante de su distrito. Hay varios distritos y tenemos diferentes representantes. Llamarles a ellos, decirles que no están de acuerdo, decirles que le vamos a decir a todos nuestros compañeros y otros padres que no están de acuerdo con esta situación y ejercer ese tipo de presión sobre ellos.
One of my more important goals today is, and we'll do this off camera because we're going to be collaborating more, we need to start organizing people to go into the different trustee districts, to start talking to other voters, or even if they're not voters, if they're residents, that's that, and get them to be registered to vote ultimately, so that we can get them engaged, to come to the meetings, to demand, to meet with their school board members, and to put a stop to this program and to implement the other goals we have.
Hay otros personajes que se llaman los trustees, que hay diferentes trustees en Downey, y cada pequeña parte de la ciudad, cada zona de la ciudad tiene un llamado trustee, una persona especial. Ellos pueden ir a este board de educación, a la junta de educadores, y ejercer cierta presión, decirle, mira, la gente de mi grupo, de mi zona me están llamando y no están de acuerdo con este plan, y pedirles a ellos que se incorporen a la protesta contra la junta directiva de él.
So this is just to remind you, in your worksheet, you have the email addresses for all the school board members and also the phone number that calls their direct office.
En sus papeles, documentos, tienen ahí entonces la lista de cada uno de estos miembros del board, de los trustees y de la zona que corresponden, distrito 1, 2, 3, 4 hasta el 7, y ustedes pueden llamar a cada uno de ellos.
Okay, so this is just a reminder, again, it's in the document. Please come to the November 5th meeting. We need to invite more Downey residents. We need to make it very clear that as we inform more people in this community, the trash that the school board forced on the parents without their say-so, without their permission, and without informing them fully what was in the sex ed curriculum. We need parents to come to that November 5th meeting. Let him translate, then I'll answer your
En
question.
noviembre 5 va a haber una reunión muy importante y queremos que todos ustedes y todos podamos venir y estar en esa reunión. Y no solamente eso, sino correr la voz a cualquiera de los demás que quieran incorporarse a nosotros para que vean que en realidad lo que hicieron fue injusto, de no contar con los padres para poder tomar esta decisión, sino que tomaron la decisión ignorando a nosotros que somos los padres de los niños.
Go ahead, what's your question, ma'am?
This little thing is so small you can't tell. Could we have that shown on the screen afterwards so we could write what?
Okay, okay, that's fine. If you're not able, like, this information here or the contact
A
information?
little map to know what
The
district
map
I'm
is-
in.
Oh gosh, absolutely. That is exactly what I'm going to do. I was just thinking about that. We really struggle because, I mean, we have to meet with you individually so that we can help pinpoint. It's just, They didn't drop the districts conveniently. I wonder why. You know, and so this is the challenge we're facing. That's absolutely a great idea.
Me preguntó que si podían tener ese mapa un poquito más claro para poder identificar dónde está cada uno de los distritos y dónde podemos nosotros saber dónde a qué corresponde, qué zona nos corresponde.
So last of all, this is a new slide. Oh, question, go ahead.
Even if we don't live in Downey, we can still give them a call. And
Oh, please
say
do.
that,
All the more you should. This is California taxpayer dollars, and you informed me. You have friends, you have neighbors, you have relatives. You're calling on their behalf as well. And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, there are kids who go to Downey schools, but the parents live in other cities too. So it's very natural for that to happen.
Preguntaba la señora que si uno no pertenece a Downey, que si puede ayudar. Dice sí, porque esto es algo de California y todos estos impuestos que se llevan para pagar toda esta programación sale de todos nosotros de California y de los que pagan impuestos aquí como todos nosotros en cualquier parte del estado. Además de que pudiera haber padres que no viven en Downey, familias que no viven en Downey, pero envían a sus hijos al distrito de Downey para ser educados.
So, yeah, absolutely. So these are, this is the contact information for me, Arthur. This is my email address. Shonda, right here. This is her email address. And then Sandy, go ahead and raise your hand just for everybody. Sandy, this is her email address too to contact us. Speak to us individually if you know, and then we can give you our phone numbers. I didn't want to make it too public. You know,
Sí, entonces si aquí están, por ejemplo, de ellos tres, están sus correos electrónicos y si quieren más adelante pueden escribirle, si quieren su número telefónico se lo puedan individualmente a ustedes.
Okay, perfect. So, getting more to what we want to work on today. We've got the map here. So go ahead and turn that off. Thank you very much.